story and a half. Never in my wildest dreams did I predict that it would end like this. And he asked me, he was like, oh, like, do you like and I was like, what? No. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. Tell me why it felt like a thread. I'm so stupid. I'm not gonna comment much on that. Are you being like, please, like. Okay, everybody, story time, let's go. Where do I even start? So I guess this is why my freshman year friend group fell apart. Essentially, this takes place the entirety of freshman year, but it started the first week of classes on a Tuesday. Very important to note the timeline because this happened very early on. I'm gonna talk about how the group even formed to begin with, okay? I'm minding my own business, I'm in class, I meet this girl named Anika. We click, we're like, okay, you know what, I kind of like you. We decided to get food together after our classes. We're walking out of our class and we run into these two guys from her dorm hall, and we find out that these two guys are also in our data structures class together, so the four of us kind of became like a little like friend group kind of. Keep in mind, one of the guys, I find out like much later that he actually did want me. I don't really want him like that, but we find this out much later. But for now, we're all just friends, haha, giddy, giggling, whatever. And because we're on College Avenue and it's like noon and the weather's amazing, someone is having a pop-up to do something. That day it was Rutgers Global and we all tie-dyed t-shirts. This is mine. I cut the top a little bit and it says Rutgers Global. It was a time and a half. We had so much fun. But then we went to actually go eat. We went inside the atrium, we're all eating, and then we run into a few more people from Anika's dorm building. We're all chatting it up, and I'm like, what the f is happening? Because there were like 7 guys and 2 girls. The ratio feels really off. And this is kind of foreshadowing into how my entire freshman year goes. It's 7 guys, 2 girls. All of us, we go to Alexander Library and we log in for a silly week. We did like an assignment or 2 and called it a day. And then after, we got hungry again, so we went to Livy Dining. We were all eating and chit-chatting, and then one of the guys asked me for a piece of gum, and I was like, why do you want a piece of gum? But I just gave it to him, right? I was like, why do you need it? Because we were eating. He's like, there's this cute girl, like, I want to shoot my shot. I was like, okay. And then I look at the girl, I'm like, oh, I know her from high school. And he was like, oh my god, can you like make it work? And I was like, sure. I didn't make it work. We're all talking during dinner, and I meet Anika's roommate, and we're friends, and they all asked me if I wanted to go back with them to their dorm building to just like hang out. So I went, and I met like all these people there. Basically, the basis for their entire friendship was that they lived in the same dorm building. It was like very cute because like you could go door to door and everyone was friends with each other, and it was really cute. There are also a few people that didn't live there that were also friends with them, like me being one of them. It's like one of those times where you just meet so many people at once. You kind of just like are talking with everyone and you're like, wow, like you guys are cool. Like I met so many people that day. I think I stayed in that building until like 2 a.m., which was a little crazy. But then like I slowly started hanging out with these people. I got lunch with one of them the next day, and it kind of became like the friend group wasn't really solidly set yet. They were just like integrating more and more people. Another the reoccurring theme, right? The ratio was like 30-70. Not guys to girls, it's girls to guys. So 30% girls, 70% guys, which is not ideal. That's a big thing to note. As this is all happening, I meet this one guy. Legally, I don't think I can even say his name. Or maybe it might plunge me into like social turmoil if I do say his name. We're gonna call him Redacted. Let's call him Redacted. I meet Redacted. Okay. At first I thought he was really chill, like a basic first impression, you know? And then this was literally the day after, okay? We're like continuing talking, and then I find out he's also Telugu. We grew up on the same movies, like we watch, like the content we consume is like pretty much the same. We both have younger siblings. We just find out that we have a lot in common. And I was like, oh my god, like this is so fun. Like I have another friend that like is actually like very similar in my background, because our friend group was very diverse. I wasn't expecting to find someone that also spoke Telugu and went through all these things. And I was like putting him on to like other Telugu movies, and it was chill. And we eventually became friends. Like we'd hang out all the time. And apart from this friend group, I also had a few other friends that I met, and like I'd equally like split my social time with both groups kind of until I was having lunch with my other group of friends, and ended up pulling up. Like it just ended up happening, and then he met all my friends from that side. He was kind of integrated into that part, but it was like whatever, like I don't really care, you know? But at this point we started spending so much time together. I was like, I really hope he doesn't have like other intentions. I started doubting it a little bit, but it was very subconscious. But because of it, I decided to brother zone him a little bit. Here's my entire like process behind why I did this, okay? Because the thing is, when you tell a guy that they're in the friend zone, they're like, okay, wait, but like it's the friend zone, you know, like there is a way out. But if you tell a guy you're in the brother zone, he's not making it to the friend zone to make it out of the friend zone. You feel? So I kind of let him know that he had no chance, but I did it very subtly, and here's how I did it. We were playing Fireboy and Water Girl one day, and I was like, wow, my brother and I used to play this game all the time when we were little. You're like my brother. Like, I feel like we're so sibling coded. I mean, we kind of were. Like, we just make fun of each other a lot, and I was like, whatever, right? I had to let him know. I also feel like if you're clear about that from the beginning, then like it's not really your fault later on in case something does happen. But here's the thing, like while I was doing this, I was like subconsciously suspecting it. Like I wasn't very conscious, but when I said it, I was like, oh my god, like, you know, like this makes sense. As like all this was happening, he'd drive me back like late at night back to my dorm because I didn't live in the same building as all these people like in the friend group, and it was like the friend group that kind of tethered us together. While he was driving me back, we'd like talk, and like we never really talked about anything like so deep and personal. And at this time I go out, if you know what I'm saying, my first time in my college career, and we had the blackout game, and I think I have a video of me and Vanilla getting ready for that game. We get ready, we go to the game, and then we go out even though we lost, which is so disappointing. Rutgers, please pick it up. And we go to this one frat, and I see everyone from the dorm building there. I'm like, oh my god, like all of my friends are here, like this is crazy. It was a great time, but I was with one of the other guys, right? And the music was like a little bit lower, and like I think the frat was about to get popped, and he asked me, he was like, and he's an instigator, okay, like he's just the type of person to instigate, and he asked me, he was like, oh, like do you like, not me slipping the name, and I was like, what? No, ew, we're like siblings. And then everyone was kind of just laughing, and then like I kind of like looking back on it, like that's when like I should have known that like, oh, he did like me, but like a girl's oblivious, okay? Like I don't know this shit, okay? Like unless someone says it straight to my face that they like me, I won't believe it. And then turn out I kept on drilling redacted. I was like, you don't like me, do you? Like tell me you don't like me. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Like this is too much to deal with. Like just tell me. Like I was just so over it. I was just like, just tell me, you know? But he was locked in. He was like, no, you're like my sister. That was his one chance to tell me, and he didn't take it. So in my head, moving forward, we were literally just like siblings, okay? Leading up to this, we're now at like the second week of September. Okay, from there up until like October 20th-ish, 25th, 20th-ish, like right before Halloween weekend, like leading up to it, okay? We're on the bus, and oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this shit. We're on the bus. He's sitting right next to me, okay? Because it's a pretty crowded LX, and we're trying to get back to Livingston. He was tired, and I was irritated. I just didn't show it. And he was like sitting here, and he kept on falling asleep. And he fell asleep on my shoulder, okay? And like I kept on nudging him away, but he did not take the hint. And it was really awkward, and I do not recommend being in that situation like ever. It was so iff. I kept on like nudging him away, like he just would not go away. And then after like we got to the student center on Livy, which was where we were getting off, he was like, yo, your shoulder's mad comfy. I'm gonna like do that again. Tell me why it felt like a thread. Tell me why I was scared. Like that was the first time like anything physical ever happened, and I felt like throwing up. So that was not a good sign. And I feel like I kind of pieced it a little bit there, like in my subconscious. Okay. Now we're going to the big thing. So we went from September, him saying that we're just like siblings, me saying we're just like siblings, till October 20th to 25th, him doing that and me being like, I don't want to be your friend anymore, till October 31st, Halloween weekend. Keep in mind, this was all subconscious. In my head, I was suspecting it, but to my face, he kept on gaslighting me. So when you hear like, oh, we're just like siblings, you're gonna think, oh, we're just like siblings. Like, why would you think that they're lying in your head? I'm so stupid. Okay, Halloween weekend happens. Me and him were at like another friend's dorm. They just got a shipment of special juice, and I was in the car when he got the text, and he was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go quickly get some, like do you want to come? I was like, okay, I'll watch, sure, like I'll come, but like we have to leave soon because I had to get ready to go out with my friends. He was like, oh yeah, for sure, like it'll be quick. So we go into the friend's dorm, and he is like, he's pouring the special juice into his water bottle, and I'm just waiting to see when he'll stop, and he just doesn't stop until the bottle is full. And I'm like, okay, so I know that you're a heavyweight, but I didn't know that like you were greedy. Like this is the kind of greed that they talk about in the Bible. Like, why am I friends with you if like this is what you're using your friends for? The drop apparently was supposed to be split between like a good 10 people, and he took enough for 4. I don't know, like that part like pissed me off. I don't know, I was just like this is supposed to be like a community shipment, and this is kind of greedy. After I did my makeup and everything in my own dorm, I went to my friend's dorm because I needed help with my corset. So we're in the same dorm building where everyone lives in, right? Also keep in mind, from like up until now, like everyone in the dorm building, like we're all really close. Like I used to go there pretty much every single night and hang out with everyone, and then I'd leave at like 2 a.m. and like she would be the person that would drive me back. I'm at Annika's dorm. Annika and Julia, they're like roommates, and they're like the only 2 girls there, so naturally I'd be closer with them. I need them to like tighten my corset for me. They got theirs tightened by Redacted. Redacted apparently did such an amazing job, so Redacted came into the room again to tighten my corset. Oh my god, I'm like actively cringing as I recount these events. It was so not it. He came in the room to tighten my corset, and as he was walking into the room, the special juice made him stumble a little bit, and it was a little awkward and weird because it was 8 p.m. at the time, and that was just a little weird. But that's just my personal opinion. He tightened my corset, but like as he was, I was like so uncomfortable. Like he didn't do anything, but like in my mind, I was just so uncomfortable the whole time. That was another thing that clicked for me. Halloween weekend was a weekend of realizations. And I was like, why am I so visibly uncomfortable at the fact that this guy that is like supposed to be a sibling to me is tightening my corset, and I feel like this is kind of creepy. Needless to say, the special juice that he got from that friend and a bunch of other people and the frats and all together in combination kind of made him go a little crazy that night. And I'm gonna be real, like he is not the most lanky guy, if you know what I mean. And by the end of that night, people had to literally like carry him, and that wasn't an easy job. Let me just say, he got so out of it that they had to call the paramedics. And apparently I didn't find this out until like January. Apparently he kept on yelling my name while he was getting plastered, and he was like trying to find me the whole time. And once he did find me, he was like talking in like gibberish, and I was like, can you stay away from me, like you're scaring me? Like dead ass, like those were the words that I said. I was like, can you stay away from me? I'm scared right now. I was with my other friend, and they gave me their jacket, and I was just like sitting there. I was like, what the is happening? So that was a little weird, and I was terrified for my life. And then all of a sudden it kind of just hit me. I was like, why am I friends with someone this greedy that chooses to spend their Friday nights drinking this much special juice, doing all these different things that just wouldn't make them a good friend, and yelling my name and making me terrified. And not only that, but on top of it, just constantly saying we're siblings, but then like not treating me like one. So it kind of hit me all at once. We have decided that we are not talking to this person anymore. Great. The next day, he woke up in the hospital. He had a little bit too much special juice. After he got released and everything, he summoned me into the lounge of the building, and he was like, I want to talk to you. And I was like, I am terrified. But I did go to talk to him, and he was like apologizing to me, and he was like, I shouldn't have done this, like that was blah blah blah, like I'm so sorry, like my bad. And I was like, okay. And his excuse was the fact that his parents were arguing at home. I'm not gonna comment much on that. So post Halloween weekend, I was talking to this guy, right? I made it a point not to talk to any guys in high school. Like that was a big thing that I had, where I'm just like, I don't want to talk to guys when my frontal lobe is like not even close to being developed, right? That was a really big thing for me. I think this might have been like the first time I was actually talking to a guy. And naturally, like because of the timing of it, Redacted thought, oh, like she's fading me for him. Okay, whatever you want to tell yourself to help yourself sleep at night. But as this was happening, he was scared that because he lost me as a friend, he was gonna lose my other friends, like the friends that weren't like super integrated into the bigger friend group. Because of this, he was feeding everyone in the bigger friend group lies. Don't we love those? He was basically telling everyone that like, oh, I'm super close to this person and this person, and you know, we tell each other everything, and we're this, and we're so tight, and we're super cool, and we're like blah blah blah. And this happens in November, okay? One of my best friends decides that she's gonna come to the dorm party that we're having. So we're all having a good time, we're all having fun, and she decides to drink a little bit too much special juice. And that wasn't like a big issue. Like she was aware that what she was doing, and she had a pretty good control over everything that she was doing. Okay, I feel like my tactic to like determine like how much special juice someone has had is to ask them a derivative question. She half did the derivative question right, so I was like, okay, maybe let's take a break. But in the meantime, Redacted got a hold of her and he was like, no, like you're too inebriated to go back to your dorm, like, and he was like, just stay here the night. And then me and my friend's other friend was also there, and he's not really a big part of the friend group, but like he just decided to come because he was invited, you know. There were like 20 people having a dorm party, right? And keep in mind, the friend that was with her, they're really close. Like, they've been friends since high school. So you would think he would have a say in where she spends the night. She was good enough to go back to her dorm. Nope, Redacted didn't think so, and he didn't let her go back to her dorm that night. Like, he literally like kept her backpack from her. The next day in the morning, she woke up in his dorm and he was on the floor and she was sleeping in the bed, and he was just like, you were so gone last night, like wow, like ha ha ha. And he was like just pointing it in her face when she already didn't feel like it. Like, Redacted always had this thing where he felt the need to tell everybody everything, so it would look like he was the person that had all the information and everything, where he was the person that was like kind of in charge. On top of this, he told everyone that he was closer to my friend than the friend she brought, the friend that she'd known since high school. I also ended up sleeping over at Anaga's dorm. The next day, we both wake up and we're both like on the bus back home and we're debriefing about the night, and I tell her that was not normal, because at this point, like, I already stopped being friends with him. Like, everyone kind of knew that like he did actually like me, and I found out at this point, and I'm finding out all this crazy shit. Apparently, everyone knew I was the last person to find out that he did like me. And on top of it, remember the guy that was in my data structures class that we were all friends with? Yeah, back to him, back in first semester. Redacted told this guy, I want her. So the guy from my data structures had to back off. But the guy from my data structures was an entirely different person and personality. So I dodged a bullet there, first of all. But second of all, I did not want to settle for this bullet either, you know? Like, I keep finding things out. Like, till this day, I'll find out more and more shit about this situation. And it just makes me even more mad. And I heard through multiple different people that he was just salty because I was talking to this different guy at the time that looked nothing like him, by the way, and acted nothing like him too, and he was just salty about the whole thing. Anyways, on the bus, me and my friend that I'm very close with that ended up going to the party and had a little bit too much juice, we're like, you know what, like, let's just cut this guy off, because at the time it was like the three of us were kind of like a trio. You know what, like, I don't fuck with this situation, like, I don't like this, and we just decided to cut him off. Like, the whole situation for her was really weird, because he kept on, like, he was grabbing her shoulders, telling her, hey, you're too inebriated to go back to your dorm, you have to sleep in my dorm tonight. Like, why are you grabbing her by the shoulders? Oh my god, it was so weird. And I remember just being like, what is happening? And I was the only person that she would listen to, because, like, obviously, you know, like we're close like that. And she was not taking it from anyone, because she was fine. And at the end, he ended up putting me in a separate room, because I was the only sane person that she would talk to. So if that's not controlling, I don't know what is. Anyways, okay, that happened in November. We both just cut him off over winter break, and then we're back in January. You know, I'm like talking about it like all throughout, and I'm just like kind of recapping like, oh, this was all the shit that he did. That was kind of weird. And I was doing this to one of my other friends, and she was like, no way, because like he did something to me too, which was kind of weird. And she tells me what he did to her, and it's like this whole thing. And then we find out that he did something to another person. Basically, every single girl in the group was just incredibly uncomfortable around him. None of us spoke up about it because we thought it was just in our heads. So eventually, we bring this up in a group setting where pretty much everyone in the group, like 20 people, are in this one dorm, and they're talking about this, and they're like, oh my god, like, we're so sorry that you had to go through this. Like, oh my god, like, we have to do something about this now. So we confront him that night. This was like at the very beginning of February. He was very disturbed by the confrontation, to say the least, but it was so satisfying to finally tell him off after months of just like not talking to him and like dealing with all this shit. A lot of the stuff that he did do that made everyone uncomfortable happened when he was drinking a little too much special juice. We told him, we want you to take a break from the special juice, and he was like, okay, I won't drink the special juice, or I won't eat the sandwich, How I Met Your Mother reference, for a month. 1 month. And he played it off saying that that was a joke, because obviously 1 month is crazy. You went through months of doing all this shit to all the women in your life that are uncomfortable around you, to saying, oh, you know, like, I just won't do it for 1 month, and then I'll continue. Are you being like, please. Like, the entire friend group was on the same page that, oh, you know, we are gonna cut this guy off.
A little clarification here. So we were all on the same page. We went and we confronted him, and then he kept on like apologizing for the sake of apologizing to like clear his name and everything, but he never actually like meant any of it. After the next day, we all wake up, sun is up, bright and shining, and I get a text, and it says half the group switched up on us.
Keep in mind, first time there was also another guy like this. One girl spoke up about it. Keep in mind it was one girl. Okay, numbers didn't even matter here. One girl, she spoke up about it and she said she was really uncomfortable. Everyone thought that was really weird, and then they immediately cut him off. So why is it that now when there's 5 girls talking about how this is uncomfortable and weird, that the group kind of splits? And half the group is on the side where they're like, what he did was wrong. We can't talk to him like this anymore. And then the other half is just like, yeah, but he doesn't have any friends now, so we have to be friends with him. So yeah, that was like pretty much the divide in the group. And at the same time, one of the girls, she was hooking up with this other guy from the other side, and then it just kind of got weird and really messy, and she decided to stay on the side where what he did was wrong. And that kind of solidified everything. Honestly, I feel like the divide had to happen because I feel like I don't want to be friends with some people that want to be friends with people who support making women uncomfortable, to say the least. And then on top of it, I feel like big friend groups like that never really do last. Like, we all knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of fact of when it was gonna happen. And I feel like the way it happened for a very reasonable reason. You know, like, if it was over something stupid, I would have been like, man, what the f-? Like, why did we ruin something perfectly good? The issue was big enough to the point where it was worth tanking everything just to make it work. At least now I'm not in the position where I want to talk shit about any of my friends, and I'm not in the position where I hate any of my friends. I feel like it all happened for the best and everything is good now. I think back to a lot of it and I'm just like man, like, of all the ways this could have fell apart, this was the one that I expected the least. I feel like, to me, it's not the fact that, oh, you chose a specific side that kind of makes me mad. It's more the idea that, oh, you support someone and you want to be friends with someone that actively makes women uncomfortable. It's not choosing a side, it's just picking between right and wrong. I feel like it does change things a lot. Like, it's definitely character development. It's an arc. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to me yap. This was a treat. It's been a year in the making. I'll see you guys next week.